Okay, so now let's make a horse. Now I'm gonna make this, if you remember how we made a dog, that's how I'm just gonna make this one. Just gonna basically do the exact same thing. We're gonna make a little bit long nose, and then we'll make a couple of ears. A little curly ear. Another little curly ear like that. Like that, and come down, say maybe about here. Give them a kind of a long neck. And then we'll make a couple of legs. Like that. Come down here a little bit. Oh boy, we don't have enough air in there. So that's not quite a problem. All you do is just like cut the end off like that. And I like to pinch that and not let the air come back out. And then grab your pump. Put it right in there a little bit and give it a couple of pumps. And then we can tie off the other end. Okay, back to here, here. Make another leg. Come up here. Make another leg. And then if you want this to not untwist, carefully put that back through. And that looks like a horsey. It sure does. Now we could kind of clean it up a little bit. We could cut off this part right here. And then we could make it a little fancier. We could put a couple of circles for his nose. Give him a smile. And a couple of eyes. Like that. However you might want to do the artwork. I'm just doing it that way. So that looks kind of like a horse. But now I'm going to teach you the fancier horse. Oops. Now if I haven't ever told you this, if I put this down on the grass, it might pop because these little ends on this grass are actually kind of sharp and pokey. So now let's make a different color. Now I'm going to start with pink. Alright, now this you want to make sure you squeeze the air out really good like that. We're going to make two bubbles, two small bubbles. And you have to kind of practice a little bit, but don't worry, just kind of pinch off, see, and make a little bubble. Now you got to hold on to this one, remember, don't let it untwist. I'm holding it with my pinky there, or however, and then you want to make another little bubble like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this end. Now I want to take the knot, not this. I don't want to hold there, I want to hold right where that knot is and pull it in tight like that. Twist it around. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into two pinch twists. And the really easy way to do that is to take this big long end we just had and wrap it around these two bubbles, and it will split them apart. Watch. See, right around like that. Twist it around a little bit, and then you can kind of hide that in there, or you can pull it out a little bit and very carefully take your scissors, if you can get them out of your pocket. Come on, scissors. There you go. Okay. And cut it off like that. Okay, let's not put the scissors back in the pocket. That was not a good idea, huh? Alright, so now look. See, that's like the front lips of the horsey. Okay, now we're going to go down. We're going to make a head. And you know, this time, since pinch twists are so important, let's go ahead and make two pinch twists for the ears. And make one like that. So I'm making a bubble. We'll fold it over. Put your finger in there and twist around. And we come down here. Pinch. Now this time, what I'm going to do is take this part and I'm going to wrap it back around here. And hold on to that bubble a little bit like that. Put that crease right in there and twist the balloon around. Okay. Alright, now this is really tight, so we gotta squeeze. and come down and make a neck. And then I'm going to make a small pinch twist like that. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to make the front legs. So there's one. Remember, squeeze, squeeze. Bring it up, measure, twist around, pull it around like that. Boop. Alright, so now I need to get a body and 2 legs. These are about that size. I'm going to come down and make his body about that big. Or her body. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Come down here and twist. Measure up here. See, we got a little bit of air there. That's just perfect. I take this, measure, twist, and twist these two together. I don't want this to come untwisted, so I'm going to very carefully pull these around. This is like making a bird body. If you watch the bird body video, and boom, like that. Yay! Sorry, I got a little boo-boo on my thumb, huh? Alrighty, now what I want to do is I want to put some hair going down this horsey's neck. So I got the purple balloon. Didn't blow it up very much. As you can see, I'm not going to use much of it at all. And I want this to be nice and squishy. I want to attach this right in here between the ears. And it's really easy to grab this. Again, grab as close to the knot as you can. And just pull it, wrap it right around like that. Just right around like that. And then take this balloon and twist it around again like that. Okay? So now I'm going to make 3 small bubbles and then connect them down here. 1, 2, 3 small bubbles, and I'm going to twist them around this pinch twist and right back up the other side. And then I'm going to make 3 more going right back up to the ears. 1. Ooh, I hear a helicopter. Do you hear the helicopter? 2, 3. And then I'm going to put those right back in here in between the ears. Ooh, that's tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then put that right in between. Right in between. Come down here. Measure about where you want it to be. Twist, and then wrap that in there around that pinch twist. Okay, and now we're done with this purple balloon. I'm going to break it this way, remember? Oh, maybe you caught this. I'll hold on tight. I'm going to push down here with my thumbs and at the same time pull away and just kind of push like that. If you practice that a bit, you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay, now that was a much handier place to put my scissors, wasn't it? Okie doke. So now we've got a horsey, a pink horsey. Cool. Okay, we better put some eyes on. Another eye over here. Okay, now here's another thing that you can do. Let's add another color. What should we add? How about yellow? And this is called a puff inflate. And now I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my mouth and puff a little bit of air in there. See, so it's not flat, it's round. And then tie it. Okay? And I'm going to take this part and I'm going to wrap it in and around here, right around that spot. And I'm going to bring it up and put it in between the horsey's lips. Like that, right in his mouth. And then come back down here like this and wrap it around a bunch of times. And then I'm going to come out here. I'm going to tie a knot like that and then cut off the end. Boom! Now, look at that. A pretty pink horsey. See, you got that part. You just hide it. Yeah. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? I'll bet you'd like that one, huh? Okay, how about now let's make it a unicorn. let's make it a unicorn. Okay, so let's go back to, look, here's this piece of yellow balloon that we just had. This is the easiest way to make it a unicorn. Just puff the end of a balloon scrap, especially a scrap that you have, like that, and tie it in a knot. We don't really need all of that. I'm going to cut some of it off. And then we grab our horsey and take this part and wrap it in there. Like that. And you got a unicorn. That's the easiest way. Okay, there's another way. Let's do another way. If you have these 160 balloons, the skinnier ones, these make good horns too. And so what I'm going to do is fold it over like that. Let's see, I want to make my horn about that long. So I'm going to twist this off. I'm going to tie a knot. Tie it right onto that balloon right there. Boom, boom. And I'm going to tie another knot. That's called a double knot. And I want a little bit of an end. Okay, so now, if I take this, find the opposite end, like that, twist it around, so I've got two different ones, and start twisting these in the same direction. Twisting this one around, oops, came undone. There you go. See, like that? And then you can attach that in there. And now you got a kind of a twisty horn. See that? That's cool. That's a prettier horn, isn't it? Alright, now, I know you've been really wanting to know this, how I do the special golden horn. When I'm going to just pump a little bit of air into a balloon, I like pulling the handle out first and pump a little bit like that. I don't know why, it makes it a little easier for me. And I'm going to tie a knot at the end. And then I'm going to take all this air, see how this is, that's that puff and inflate, right? It's round. I want it flat. So I want to take this and see I'm squeezing really tight here. And pulling through this, my fingers are really tight here too. See, it's all coming out nice and flat like that. All the way down until I get to this end. And I twist this around. And that helps keep the air from going back in here. And tie a knot. Right there. Okay? And I stretch down here. And I know that I'm going to need about the same length as that piece of balloon. So I'll cut it off there. And save this, because look, I could make probably one or two more horns, at least one more horn. Okay, so now, this is kind of tricky and it's kind of hard to even explain, but what I kind of do is pull down and pull around, twist around at the same time. Look at how cool that is. See how that's turning into a neat spiral? Just like that. I'm pulling, pulling, pulling. And then when I get down to about the bottom, what I do is I put my finger down here. And I wrap my finger around, pull the balloon around. Not my finger, the balloon. And I tuck it back under there. Maybe even twice. It only needs to be once though. But see, that will hold that right in place, right like that. And don't mess too much around with this. It'll always come out looking a little different every time you do it. That's okay. So now we can take this and wrap this in there. Like that. And then take this around. That gets it really firm and tight in there. Ooh, look at that. Pretty fun, huh? Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you keep twisting. I'll see you next time.